Can you see that?
Sorry.
We've been going here for about 2 years, roughly thereabouts. I'll just start at the beginning because that's, even through your infancy, your childhood, made you who you are. I was, 1969, in October, I was born in Ross, Eugene, and Roberta May Deschamp. Youngest out of 6 kids, 5 boys, 1 girl, and she's meaner than all of us, let me tell you. But 9 months later, they got divorced. Didn't really know who my dad was till I was 8 years old. Longed for that relationship. Had a relationship with my grandfathers. Dad was just always busy working. Just kids were an inconvenience, it seemed like to me more than anything else to him. Built a little bit of a relationship with him through my teenage years, through my adult years. Kind of found out what he was really like. So I don't hate my dad. I do honor him because he is my father, and God tells me I have to in the Bible, so I do that. Our relationship is not a close one, and am I jealous of that? Sometimes, yes, I am. But that was also a drive for me with my children, not to turn into my father, not to be that man. My relationship with my kids and me are, as far as I'm concerned, better than what my kids ever will be. But anyhow, back to me, my life story. This would be great. My mom got a job out of Blessed Hope Baptist Church as a secretary. And if you're an employee out there, your children can go out there for free with tuition. So I got pulled out of Shack back in the 4th grade and went out to Blessed Hope. When I turned 12, I gave my heart to the Lord. If they are a Baptist church, they're an independent fundamental Baptist church, and they preach independent fundamental. They fire and brimstone a lot of times in their preaching. Used to. I don't know how Jared is now. I can't speak for how they are now. But anyhow, it was during the revival, and I gave my heart to God. I got saved, and I really, really had a hunger and a thirst for His Word. And when I turned 18, I joined the Army. Graduated high school from out there. Top 5 in my class. I always like to tell everybody, but there was only 5 of us there. So, when I turned 18, October 17th, 1987, I kissed my high school sweetheart for the first time. She's now my wife. For 22 years now. Oh. Has it been bliss? No. But it's meant to be. I have no doubt. God put me with her for a reason. To keep me straight, I guess, more than anything else. Without her, I can pretty well bet you I wouldn't be sitting right here. Because when my kids were 8 or 9 years old, I got up and looked in the mirror one day. And I see my dad. I didn't see me. I seen him sitting there. I seen a drug addict standing there. I didn't see my girl's dad. I seen my dad looking at me back in the face. And so I run from that. For about 25 years, I ran from God. 20 years. Excuse me, that's right. And I was working out at Edwardsport, and I was on my way down there. And of course, you guys have heard of Casting Crowns, I'm sure. They've got a song called 73 that just absolutely tore my heart. I tore it beside the road and rededicated my life to God. The theme of this whole testimony thing is, why do I love God? It's mainly because He never stopped loving me. I ran from Him, and He was there when we needed Him. With you too. Going through high school, 7 days a week or 6 days a week, he was in church. So you heard it all the time. I grew up in the Word. had enough savvy to see what road I was going down, so he put me in schools and training and different things. One of them was sniper school. He reviewed my basic riflemanship records and seen that out of a possible, 4 times I qualified at 40 shots each, so there's 160 shots. I missed one out of 160 shots. And so he thought, well, I'll send you to sniper school. So during Desert Storm, even though I was at Bradley, when I joined the Army, I was considered a Bradley Fighting Vehicle Systems turret mechanic. That's a mouthful for working on things goes round, goes bang, bang, bang. They sent me to Fort Hood, and Fort Hood had junk. And I learned how to work on those, and learned how to troubleshoot junk. And when I went to Germany, they had brand new stuff. So I knew what to look for. I knew what to fix. I knew what to check out ahead of time. It was called the high-speed look rag. And of course, they didn't have nothing to do. And if I didn't have anything to occupy my mind with, I wouldn't have rank, got trouble, boss fights, duck fights, just whatever. I know it's hard to believe somebody. So the CEO, my CEO, Captain Connors, he top-notch guy. I really thought a lot of him. Sent me to sniper school. It was a 6-week training course, or 8-week training course. I graduated second, top of my class. I was a company marksman during Desert Storm. Something I'm not proud of, but it's part of my life. I had 28 confirmed kills in 4 days. Come home, Dawn said I've changed, and it does change you. I don't care who you are. You can't do something like that and have an instrumental part in somebody's death and not change it. A lot of anger issues, a lot of things I had to deal with because it was a lot of faces I seen every day when I woke up, when I went to bed. And God has really relieved me of a lot of that. And I've been taught not to forget my past, but not to dwell on it, not let it mar you. So after the Army, I come home. My oldest daughter, here, Keisha, she's a Desert Storm baby. A year and a half after that, I get out of it. Not even a year and a half out of it, less than a year after that, I get home. About 8 months, 9 months later, we have twins. And let me tell you, folks, if you've never had multiple birth, you haven't lived life. But anyhow, my kids are great. I mean, I absolutely love them to death. I've had a better relationship with my girls in the last 3 or 4 years than I had the whole time I was alive. Part of it is I'm not raising them anymore. I mean, they're young adults. It's time for them to go out and make their own mistakes, learn from their own mistakes, and go on. Because they're just about as bullheaded as I was, and somebody's advice just wasn't going to make it. I mean, it just wasn't going to work. I've got time to be the buddies now, and it is so much cooler. It really is. But Dawn has always been there for me. She's always been my foundation. She's been my rock. She didn't like me in church. She wouldn't pressure me, and I could see it bother her. But I always claimed that I was too good. I had too many things to do. Too much running, too much this, too much that, too many excuses just not to go. Because I knew what would happen once I showed up and started going on a daily basis or a weekly basis. I mean, because I knew, I wasn't ready to give that lifestyle up. And I wasn't doing wrong at that point in time because my kids and my wife was my conscience for my alcoholism. I mean, God put them there for a reason. I mean, I have no doubt that that's why they've been a part of my life because I've been in a gutter in a ditch somewhere. I have no doubt face down, I'm dead. Because I'm really good at making people mad. So I mean, God has given me the ability to control that. Sometimes the control doesn't happen, but I'm a human, and I seen a statement on Facebook here not too long ago that really made a lot of sense. It said, don't use the excuse of being human to sin. Use the excuse of being saved to live in the Spirit. And, that really things that Mom's seen. I've never met a stranger. I just, it's just, like I said, this is everything that's happened in my life up until present day. It makes it's made me who I am. So, some people like me, some people don't. I don't, and my girls can ask you, I don't have a whole lot of friends that come over to the house. I don't have a whole lot of visitors. And then they're there bother me, I mean, because I like spending time, I like spending time with them, either on the motorcycle or, sitting around a campfire at home or whatever. I mean, it's just good quality time, and I enjoy that. As you noticed, I haven't written down like Marcus did, and I'm not very organized with it. That's another attribute of mine. God has opened so many doors, and I am now presently a member of Brotherhood of the Cross Motorcycle Ministries. God has started a ministry in the area, doing a lot of good things. Has really blessed us a lot. Every time we go somewhere, there's always some sort of blessing come out of it. We've been to St. Louis. They're going to Presco, Iowa. They're getting, Sunday we're going to go down to Tiny's church. Nathan, what is Nathan's last name? Stevens, down in the building. And it's just every time we go somewhere, we're getting a blessing from it. We're getting confirmation. The devil don't want us doing it. I've had a motorcycle wreck and gone. We've come out with scratches, bumps, and bruises. Danny Bedwell got hit by a car. Lady blew a stop sign off the side street. He was coming into there. Just cross messages happening. I mean, there's just a lot of things going, a lot of tension. There's a lot of fiery darts going on. Keep us in your prayers because we need it. I truly think the devil don't want us doing this, because I really believe it, because of the simple fact that we get blessing after blessing after blessing, and now little things happen to discourage us, and you can't. Everybody was just so tickled with the attitude that me and Dawn had after it was, even shortly after it happened, because me and Rick went over, and the Saturday after I got the bike run home, which would have been 3 weeks to the day, and went up on top of the hill where it all started to transpire, and what I thought was from here to outside of the church was almost 3 times that distance. And even Rick said somebody had his hand. He said, because I thought, I was second guessing myself. Well, maybe I didn't try hard enough to get on the pavement. Well, maybe I could have rode it off in the ditch or whatever. And there wasn't no saving it. I mean, there just wasn't. I mean, once I dropped off the pavement, there was one thing going to happen and one thing only. And I believe it was a test. I think it was a test on me and Dawn to see how positive we were going to remain, how we were going to lift it up to God. My motorcycle wasn't totaled. I started on it a week after the wreck, and 2 weeks after that was done. I mean, it's not 100%. Yeah, I've got to get a fuel tank for it, but God made it really easy to access those parts. Dawn had a little skid mark on her side, a few staples in her knee. I had a little bit of road rash. But considering the situation, it could have been a lot worse. And by the time I started working on a motorcycle, I mean, there was pain in the joints and whatnot, but for the most part, it was, it wasn't that big of a deal, unless I hit my elbow or something like that. But, and what really, and Robin is such a blessing, because I got so tickled at her, because she come out, she's got bandages on her legs, bruises. I said, what did you do? And she said, I fell down. And I said, good, where's my dad? And she just fell down 2 steps.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. But I want to thank Rick, because not everybody will just give you a key to the shop. of course, I knew Rick before the church. I mean, we used to be neighbors. And so we've known each other for a while. And Rick is a retired millwright. I mean, I've seen him on jobs and different things. So, I mean, it's not like we didn't know each other, but, I mean, I've gotten real close to Rick in the last few months. I mean, I've gotten real close to a lot of people that are good Christian people. And that's why I think, you know, God has sent them into our lives for that reason. I mean, because, and it's not just with the Brotherhood of the Cross, it's with you folks too, because every Sunday morning I get my batteries recharged right here. And my spiritual batteries, because I can come in and get out of bed Sunday morning, and you can ask no, sometimes I'm not a morning person. And I can be a grouch, and I can wake up and be in the awfulest mood you ever seen in your life. And when I walk out of here at noon, I've got a smile on my face and I'm happy. So this place does something for me. I really think a lot of Mark and Shannon. I think they're doing good work here. I think they're doing great work here, because if they weren't, I have no doubt that, you know, it wouldn't be them here. I believe that, you know, they're right where they're supposed to be at this time. And that's just my opinion. You know, God may tell them tomorrow morning, you know, it's time to go someplace else. And you know, the thing of it is, you know, if Mark is where he is with Christ, he'll go. Because God said go. I mean, I hate to say that, but that's just, you know, because everybody loves Mark. You know, he's a fixture here tonight. You know, he's who you expect to see when you walk in the doors. And I really like, you know, how I get spiritually fed. I've said for a long time, you know, if I'm not getting spiritually fed, I'll find someplace else to eat. And it's just, I've done it 2 or 3 times, and I'm getting fed here. So I mean, and I look forward to coming. I want to come to church. 5 years ago, didn't care. I mean, we were going over to Farmersburg, over the community church over there. I like the pastor. I like his wife. I like everything that's going on with it. Just something missing, couldn't put my finger on. And that was it. Just wasn't getting the spiritual fullness that you get, that you can receive when you're receiving it from a man that can bring it from God. And that's what I love about this place. And I love the love that comes out of it. The phone calls that I got when I had my wreck was just absolutely overwhelming. Oh, and I want to know something for you folks that have been saved for a long time. Why does a man that had a heart as hard as that sidewalk out there turn into a blubbering kitty? I can hear a song on the radio and be crying my eyes out because it's touched me in one way or the other. I went 25 years without shedding a tear for anybody or anything. And now it's just this certain little thing will just set me off. And it's just, she cries at the drop of a feather. I've never seen anybody like her. But, you know, I just, and it's just been an amazing night. Not so much change, but transformation. You saw it in your heart. Oh, boy, it did. You ain't kidding. I can't even talk about the guys at work. I get to talking about God, going to church, and me getting saved, and this and that and the other. Or somebody talks about a baby being sick, or this and that, and it just absolutely tears me up. I mean, I'm a sucker for kids anyhow. I scare them a lot, but I'm a sucker for kids. But, yeah, I just, you know, like I said, not you two. Oh, you're just rubbing your eyes. But, you know, I just, like I said, God has always been there for me when I wasn't going for Him. I think my biggest turnaround, where I turned from God, my mom found an issue in the church out there, and it was over me. She brought it to the deacons and the elders, and it basically split the church. I mean, I went out there for 8 years and disgust for those men that I looked up to. I was mad at God for letting that happen to my mom. For 25 years, 20 years, I didn't live for him. Didn't look for him. Didn't want to look for him. And I knew he was there. But I was mad. I mean, you just don't do that to my mom. And I really had to seek his face and ask him for forgiveness just for that. And he did. I no doubt he did, because of the simple fact that he wouldn't have changed my heart like he had. Because, I mean, I would walk into the blue room, still there. Walk in and find that guy. I said, we won't fight tonight. I ain't mad at you. Why want to fight you? I said, you will feel my soul good. That's all I'd say. And then after we'd be throwing it down the back of the gravel. Sometimes I win, sometimes I didn't care. It's just the way it was. So the man that's standing before you now is not the same man I was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even a year ago, even 2 days ago. I mean, God, every day I read my Bible, and it's just so amazing, because it's like something that's new and it's fresh every day. I mean, and like I said, I've been around it my whole life, and I've probably read it through 2 or 3 times, because we were made to read the Bible. We were made to read so many chapters a day for our Bible classes. And so, you know, you can't be someplace for 8 years and not read the Word. But it never sunk in. They were just words on a page. And now they have meaning. Now they have life. Now they, you know, I'm actually being fed by it. And that's what makes it so cool. I mean, it really is, because without that thirst, without that hunger, I think I'd probably just fell right back to what I was. I have no doubt. I'm the kind of guy, if I'll work at 7 for a while, if I don't work, I'll change. And I've had to work at this a little bit, but, you know, it's not a have to work. I've always said, I have to do something. I won't do it nearly as long as we'll do it with warnings. That's pretty much all I've got. I've babbled for about 30 minutes. I thank you guys for your time, for listening to me talk about me. I love my wife and my kids, and I love God. I love what he's doing in my life. I love what he's done in my life. We were talking the other day when we lived out there by Rick and Rob. I had a beat up Ford pickup that I had to work on usually once a week. And we didn't have a whole lot. Kids were young. I was new to the electrical apprenticeship. I think I started out at $6.90 an hour. Minimum wage was about $3 an hour. So I was making good money. But God has blessed me. If you've never tried to look at electrical theory and understand it, you've really got that. That could only be one thing. God got me through that because I like electronics, and I was an electronics mechanic in the Army. That's about as far as we get. There was no electrical theory. They teach you to go in and take these 4 screws out and put these cables, put this over here, put this back in. Don't ask no questions, just turn this in and be fixed. And that's it and go on. And that's pretty much was at my level, so I didn't get to really delve into the deep and the gravy portion of it, And so you tend to lose interest in things like that. With the electrical field, and Rick is just absolutely, I refer to Rick a lot because, we were talking the other day and we was checking the wheels to see how straight it was. And he's telling me, this is the 64th of an inch. And these numbers are like, 34 thousandths or something like that. And it's like, I'd never go to that, but he's done it he did it every day for 30 years. So, after a while, the guy's going to have to take it down. It's going to be second. I don't, like I said, I really appreciate you guys letting me come up here because for the most part, some people know me, some people don't. So, you know,